not too far from here, which is cool. Mm-hmm. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Big Modcast. I'm your host, Big Mod. Sandy's sitting here with us. Got Christian running the board. Chris, before we get started, before I intro our guest, can you go ahead and just crunch on the mic?
I'm not away from me.
Can you go ahead and play our sponsor reads, please? This podcast is sponsored by Quinn Concrete Construction. The company motto, no job too big or too small. Whatever your concrete need is, they have the experience and the professionalism to ensure a quality job every time. For a free estimate, call 913-279-1448. That's 913-279-1448 and ask for Joe Quinn.
This episode is sponsored by Goal Fire Protection. With over 26 years of fire sprinkler experience, Goal Fire Protection has built our livelihoods on established relationships and providing quality fire sprinkler systems. From retrofits, remodels, service, repairs, new installation, and inspections, simple to the extreme, we can help you every step of the way. No job is too small or too big for our knowledgeable crews. For your free estimate, call 913-441-3390 or email us at gochoa@goalfireprotection.com.
Yeah, I tried to, actually, when I started this podcast, sent them an email and said, hey, you guys interested in sponsoring? You know, I'll show you guys water all day long, or anything, and at the time we're still a small podcast.
Sure.
But they're like, nah.
If that number's correct, that's 183 episodes. So
that is
not
correct.
Too small, I guess.
Yeah, but you'd be surprised. Oh, but ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Mr. Ramon Garcia.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, bro.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, man. We talked that one time, and you're like, yeah, let's do it. Let's see what I can do.
I finally gave in.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But it was good seeing you guys, you and Frankie and everybody else, man. How you been?
Been good. Just working, being with the grandkids, spending time with the family.
Yeah. Keeping yourself busy?
Keeping busy, yeah, for the most part, with work and whatnot. But yeah.
No, that's cool.
So when you say keeping busy with the grandkids, does that mean you guys babysit a lot? That you go, do the kids play sports or something? That you go watch them play?
I wish I had the time. But yeah, we do babysit. They like to spend time with us. So yeah, but yeah, we try to go to sporting events if they have them. But sometimes it's just
sporting events like if they're playing the sports. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah. But,
what's the popular sport? They just play
basketball, soccer.
Yeah.
Basketball and soccer.
Well, Chris was your basketball player, right? So maybe there's
those two sports. Yeah. How would they say?
Complement each other.
Kind of, yeah. Even though with the soccer you're down with your feet, and then basketball it's way up here on top, but somehow they work together. But
they're very similar because you're playing defense, and it's very, and you have offense similar to basketball.
But so you could say the same thing about football. Offense, defense. But I think to your point, soccer and basketball, usually when you play soccer sometime or basketball, I guess I could see where.
Yeah, because it's basketball, it's continuous moving.
It is.
That too,
the whole thing.
Yeah.
In football, you have to stop, run a play, stop, run a play.
And like when you block out in basketball, it's very similar when you're using your body to kind of block somebody in soccer. I feel like they kind of complement each other. The skills that you need for basketball are very similar to skills that you could use.
But look who I'm talking to. You would know because you played them both, right?
Yes and no. Yes and no. Basketball, yes, but we didn't have soccer.
You didn't play soccer. Okay.
We did not have soccer at that time.
Both, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did both too. Okay.
Yeah. We learned a lot because of the kids playing, but yeah. But it was interesting because at least our youngest, she played both the soccer and basketball, and it was easy to say, okay, you know how you do in basketball, you do whatever, you kind of do the same thing in soccer, and so she was able to be able to do both of them. But
yeah. last time we saw you, did you guys party after that?
Yeah, we went to a local bar.
Okay.
Are we allowed to say it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can say.
Yeah, we went to the Nest
Okay.
down in the Santa Fe yards, I guess.
Was it
'Cause
packed?
I know there's 2 Nests, right?
Is there?
I think there's another one on Merriam Lane. Is that the Nest too?
Yeah,
Is that-
the one over here.
that's
The
another.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know it was called the Nest.
I think it may be not. Well,
Okay,
there's
so
some- but anyway, yeah.
that's the one you went to. Over
I went
here.
to the one over in the Santa
Merriam.
Fe yards. Santa Fe yards.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
we
one.
were there that night. Did you
Nope.
see each other?
We didn't go.
We did not.
Not after the dance.
There was a lot of people
you're
that went, but
right.
I don't remember seeing you guys.
You're right.
there.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay.
Yeah.
We didn't go to that.
Yeah, so that's where we all went over there. We hung out, and you get older, so 12 o'clock came.
Right?
That carriage turned back into a pumpkin, I guess. And had
Yeah.
to go.
Yep.
So we just did the Nest here recently,
Last weekend.
last weekend and the weekend before. We were
Yeah. Yeah.
DJ Munch. You familiar with her?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she's.
yeah.
It was she plays really good. Oh, and it was straight old school.
Yeah.
Old school music all night long, and she was bringing out stuff to. I even had to tell her, "Girl, I haven't sat down. My neck's starting to hurt from bobbing my head so much." And she took me back. She even played this song that I didn't think anybody else have ever heard. Can't remember which one it was, but I was like, "How do you know that?" She's like, "I know this stuff, bro. I
Yeah.
know this stuff." She goes, "A lot of people think I'm younger than I am, but, and yeah. I mean, she even played freestyle and.
Oh wow.
I mean, yeah, like
Yeah.
Stevie B. And
Oh wow.
That's what I say.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that does take me back. Man, Stevie B.
Right. Yeah. Speaking of taking you back, where'd you grow up?
I'm sorry.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up Strawberry Hill. I guess a lot of people are familiar with it and say that it's Central, right? But
Yeah.
grew up at Strawberry Hill. But I did live in Argentine
Okay,
for
so
the first 3 years of school, maybe. Yeah.
then let's go back to
Yeah.
that.
Okay, so yeah, that's what's weird. It was because I would always say, "Yeah, I went to school with Ramon. Yeah, I went to school." He goes, "No, I went to school with Ramon." What? You didn't go to school with him?
Yeah, I started at Emerson.
There we go.
So first grade, 2nd grade, and I think I might have left in the 3rd
Yeah.
and went, and that's when we moved over to the Central side and went to Emmy Pearson, Douglas, and all that. So
Oh,
Yeah.
is that where you were, Emmy Pearson?
Emmy Pearson
Oh, okay.
for 3rd grade,
Uh-huh.
and then I think maybe even 4th, and then I went to Douglas for 5th.
Oh, okay.
And then from Douglas, I think 6th grade, we all started
At
middle school.
school. Yep.
That's when they had just barely
Yes.
changed it. I remember that.
Yes.
So then that's when I went to Central.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so then you've moved quite a bit. Like
From schools or
like
not really. I mean, when we first got here, we moved to Argentine.
okay, where about?
I was right across from Emerson, 2611 Metropolitan. I think it was yeah.
Oh, that side street right across from.
Yeah, so our house faced the playground.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it was a big yellow house, I remember. And
Okay.
I think the Medinas lived on the corner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then
You know the street right on
yeah. So
Metropolitan.
you lived on the south side. So you're
right on
you're
Metropolitan.
your house was facing the
The playground.
The playground.
playground.
Yep,
Okay.
yep.
Okay, I was thinking you were on the other side on Strong, but no, you were on Metropolitan.
Metropolitan.
Okay.
So you were up on the hill.
Kind of, but right on the hill, I guess, because yeah,
Right.
exactly. So we had to go drive around the back, to get to our
get to-
parking spot because you
Oh, wow.
park in the front. But yeah, so it was a little hill there, I guess, and you can call it that. So we're right behind the park, Ruby Park, yeah, right behind Ruby. So right in between Metropolitan and Ruby is where we were at.
Okay,
Grew up
so that's how we met. I met you through there at Emerson.
Yep.
Yeah, our kickball days.
Yes, sir.
Remember the kickball
Yes,
days?
sir.
Playing right in that corner.
Yes, sir.
And the thing was try to put it over the fence.
Over the fence.
You tried to kick it into
right.
your yard.
That's right. That's right. Over the fence.
And okay, it was 3rd grade. Did you ever get close?
I don't think I did, but I learned a lot from there. And so when, going from that school, going to Emerson or to
Emmy Pearson.
Pearson,
Yeah.
you know, everybody, you know, as a kid, everybody's like, oh, where's this kid coming from? Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, you're the new kid on the block. Right. So then the only thing that got me through the first few months, maybe, I mean, we had family, right, that went there. Right.
Yeah.
But was that I could play kickball. I wasn't an athletic type of guy, but damn it, if kickball was a professional sport from third grade on, I remember Douglas. Douglas, man, I was kicking that ball was going over the fence.
Right.
Okay.
I don't know if you guys know where Douglas is at.
No.
I don't remember that. No.
So it was the playground was facing, I believe it's State Avenue or Parallel.
Okay.
And yeah, we'd get that ball over there.
Yeah.
I mean, I still remember those days. I mean, I had a lot of, not, I wouldn't say, I just didn't know that I had to try to fit in. Right. So, all of them went to school together from, you know, kindergarten up. I was new there too. Mm-hmm. So yeah. But yeah, if kickball was a sport, man, I'd been.
Why were you just 1 year at Emerson at Emmy Pearson, and then you moved to Douglas?
I think it might have been third and fourth.
Is
Emmy
it because
Pearson.
they were?
And then Douglas was. Yeah, we got bused from.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of remember some of that going on. Yeah.
Yeah, because when we were at it, we lived right in Strawberry Hill over by Skradsky's. We were on 6th and Orville.
Okay.
And I remember that for whatever reason, you know, back in the day, you know, they would separate us. Not maybe, but, you know, really bust us out, right? Mm-hmm. And so my 5th grade year was Douglas.
Okay.
And I wanted Whittier. Right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, that's where my cousins were.
I was going to say your cousins were,
you know, I wanted Whittier. Mm-hmm. And no, I got told that I was going to Douglas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do remember.
So
okay.
That was a that was a kind of weird spot for me, but I was the only one in my family that went there. Other than I had a cousin, a younger cousin that went there too, but I mean he was way younger. He was like 1st grade.
Really?
5th grade, yeah.
Ted didn't have to go? Didn't follow you?
No, Ted went to Emmy Pearson and then he went to Whittier.
Oh, he did.
I don't know why it was.
Huh.
So he was always he's a year behind me, so.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so then we met then in middle school.
Yeah, we didn't meet till middle school because you guys were at Whittier.
Uh-huh.
And yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, see?
You remember that 4-pack of Jimenez girls always
always was together?
It was like this.
That's why you call that 4-pack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they never left each other's side.
I know.
So.
Yeah. Because they all would hold hands like this. And
Yeah.
That's why I said they were like a snake going through. It'd be Maria, then Sandy, then Weta, then Shelly. Just going through.
I do remember that.
That's funny. But would you even remember your teachers?
Yeah. I mean, I remember some.
Okay, at Emerson, who were they?
Well,
I'm trying to figure out if we even had classes together. Wait, did you speak English?
I did. I did, but it was like.
Really?
So I should have been in kindergarten when I got here. And they put me right into 1st grade. I don't know why. But we learned before we walked, maybe not before we walked into school. But I mean, by the time I was maybe 30 days in, we were talking like we were champs. You know?
Yeah. Just picked up the language and just go.
Because you had to.
Right.
And as a youngster, it's easier to pick up on that than it would be, you know, my parents struggled, right? And I wouldn't say struggled where they had a lot of, but you know, that wasn't their first language.
Right.
To learn it at 40 years old, to learn it even at 21. I mean, I think it's a challenge. You know, it's a challenge. Yeah.
It is. Because my first language was Spanish. But here's the thing that I don't remember, but so what my mom and dad would tell me. Yeah, you would just speak Spanish. And then I had to go to school, and then the same thing. I probably just picked it up right when I hit kindergarten to, you know, I mean, since then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you don't remember? I mean, your cousins didn't speak Spanish when you were little? Like Jaime and them? Weren't you around them as a kid? Were you guys always around them?
See, I don't remember that because so
you had to be bilingual at that before you even hit kindergarten.
I don't know.
Yeah.
See, but yet I can remember where I lived and
right,
stuff like that. But speaking to my mom and dad was Spanish, and then hit school but. Yeah. So I grew up in from birth to 5 years old was in Armadale, and then we came to Argentine. Then that's when I hit Emerson and Argentine and Hartman. But I was trying to remember. Do you remember any of your friends from Emerson?
From Emerson, I would say I remember maybe a few, but
you could throw some names out. Maybe.
But I mean, that's what I mean. Like,
just
Javi
try.
Duarte.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Javi. I mean, obviously you.
See, but
Javi,
I don't even know if Javi even went to Emerson.
I thought he.
Because
he lived around me.
Because I think they went to
and so since they lived around us, and I think my parents. Would because we went to church, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
And we may have had something that we done either at Emerson Park, because we hung out there, and a lot of families back in our day was a spot where we could go and have like maybe cook out, do something there. Yeah, a lot different back then, than what it is now. But I want to say head on them too, right?
Which one? The Zamoras?
Pepe, I think me and Pepe went to school together, if I'm not mistaken. Well, didn't he go to Emerson?
See that
I don't, man. I mean, that to me, Emerson. I mean, I remember just the struggles because trying to fit in.
Yeah.
Pepe Chuy.
Yeah, those
Pepe
guys.
Chuy and them. Yeah, I remember them.
Yeah.
There was some people that I remember, just not a lot. It was kind of like, I'll say like a stopping point for me, where, I mean, as a kid, that's maybe not the best scenario to use, but it was. I mean, it was just something kind of like a layover, man. It was, because I tried to fit in, but yet it was hard to do because even as a young kid, and it's hard. It's hard even as a young kid because you're the outcast. You're not not the outcast, but the outsider, right? And so,
well, how many siblings? How many older brothers did you have?
Two older brothers, but they both went when we got here. They were already at Argentine.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so they went to.
Yeah.
Ooh, and can you imagine the struggles they had?
Oh man, we had to move. That's why we moved out of Argentine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was a lot of the reasons. Trying to fit in and whatnot, and then we moved over to. We always considered it the city side, right? We went to summer school. It was always city versus Argentine, so we always said we're moving to the city side. So it was. I think that was one of the biggest reasons, and plus at that time we were renting a house.
Oh yeah.
And so then my dad and my mom, we actually moved over to Tenney first. My memory's old or getting bad, but yeah, we moved over to Tenney after we left Argentine. It was like 9th and Tenney, and we were there for maybe a year until my dad bought the house over in Strawberry Hill. Okay. But I like to say I grew up in Strawberry Hill because that's where all my memories are.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then let's go there.
Yeah.
What? So the house that you grew up in, you remember it like?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you could just sit. You could just sit there and think of all the rooms that you've been in.
Every single room.
Did you have your own bedroom?
Me and Teddy shared.
Yeah.
Me and Teddy shared Wedo and Jaime. Wedo's my older brother, Juan.
Okay.
He shared with Jaime. But yeah, the upstairs had all the bedrooms. We had a small kitchen in the upstairs. We had the big kitchen downstairs. But we had a small kitchen.
Oh,
upstairs.
really? Okay.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool.
So was the kitchen used?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we could use it.
So you guys use it as a kitchen?
We could use it, but we tried not to. And then
because you had to clean it up after.
Exactly. You're right on point there. And then as we got older, we moved to the basement.
Okay.
And it was a 3-story house.
Dang,
right?
really?
So
Okay.
It's a big house in Strawberry Hill, and most of the houses are small, but it was a big house. And then my dad, when my brothers got older and they moved out, the two older ones, he rented the upstairs, and we always had renters.
Oh, okay.
So they had their kitchen.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
It did, and he was a railroad guy. He worked for Union Pacific. So
did he? Okay.
When he, a lot of times they would get laid off, and that was the income that kept coming in.
Right.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So Pops worked at Union Pacific.
Yes, sir.
Really? So my dad was at Santa Fe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where exactly was Union Pacific? Where was he?
So the main headquarters was close to where we were at in Strawberry Hill. It was right off of 70, and I forget the street, Pacific Avenue in 70.
Yeah, it's one of those going down there.
Okay, yeah.
Uncle Louie worked there too.
Yep. So that's not where he worked, but that was
Right.
like the headquarters for the region there or whatever. And then he always worked out of town.
Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
not him not knowing English was, he just got by.
Yeah.
That's-
They told him,
my-
hey, you're going to Marysville, and they would just have to tell him which way to go, and he learned by, because he couldn't read that sign, he would just learn by, oh, that exit right there had a rock, a big rock,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
some
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of landmark.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
I kid you not, and that's how my dad got.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Where's your family originally from?
so me, Teddy, and Memo are from Mexico City.
Oh, okay.
Jaime and Güero, I think Jaime is Mexico City, but my brother Güero was Celaya, which is Guanajuato.
Oh,
But
okay.
we're all Mexico City. My mom's Celaya. My dad is from Jalisco,
Okay.
from Tonaya, Jalisco. So we're all from Mexico, just different parts. So my mom, when they had Güero, they were living in Celaya, I think. And then they moved to La Capital, and then that's where our family grew.
Okay.
So, I was 6 years old when I got here. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So this is crazy that
Texas-
you this answered our question. He said that he was supposed to be put in kindergarten, but was put in first grade. And I
Yeah.
kept saying,
Why?
because Maria was the one that said, no, I think he was born in 71. I said, no,
Yeah.
we went to school together. I know,
Yeah.
but we graduated together, so I
Right.
assumed
I see what you're
we
saying.
were all the same age.
Yes.
So it was just something we had to clear up because
Yeah.
we're like, how is that?
I know, because I was like, I know he graduated with us because Teddy was with Shelly, and I was like,
So that's what so I think there was some kind of test that we had to do. And see, when we learned Spanish or English, it was because and I left that one out. We lived on top of La Fiesta. Down where Monchi's used to be,
yeah.
right? And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, remember La Fiesta restaurant?
Oh,
my
yes.
dad's place?
Yeah.
There was a building,
apartment?
and it's still there.
Okay.
Okay, we lived there for maybe, I want to say under a year. Because my mom and dad started working at Jalisco's, and the family that owned it, I forget their last name, but I know Javier. I forget their last name. But they rented us that upstairs. And they always said, everything you can do anything you want in this house right here. You're renting it. But do not go in that room. So what's the first thing we do when they close that door? We went in that room.
What was in the room?
Funny story. So in that room was a bunch of 45s.
Oh.
Okay. And so there was not only the 45s, there was a record player, right?
Okay.
So those 45s, we started playing them. And we learned English to Michael Jackson, Earth, Wind, and Fire. We learned English to Boston, to Aeros, all those. Yeah. That's how we learned English.
Okay.
It wasn't just going into, but when we got into school, we learned it a little bit different. So by
Right.
30 days, we were champs, but
So then the people around there were saying, "Hey, that family of the Garcias, you notice they all sing when they talk.
I wish it would have been like that, and we could.
One of them even sounds like sounds like Michael Jackson when he's talking to us.
But that's how. I mean, if you ever see
Yeah.
Teddy, ask him.
Okay.
That is a true story, man. I mean, we were just told, do not go in that room. And I remember it clearly. It was down a hall, and it was the room that's right on the corner. And yeah, we would just sit there, and I know he knew. The guy knew. But it was just something like he was just. I don't think it was being sarcastic. He's just like, "There, we're gonna go in there anyway." But
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. So
Yeah. Okay.
So so when I got to school, it was you're not in kindergarten, you're going to first grade. So
Okay.
I didn't, yeah. Yeah, that's
Okay.
the story.
Okay.
Well, and when was the last time you thought about that story?
So we go down memory lane a lot at home.
Okay,
right?
then that's good.
Right,
That's
but
good.
not necessarily
Not that deep.
Yeah, well, sometimes they'll ask, different things.
Yeah.
Because kids are kids, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, how'd you guys meet for the 15th time?
Yeah,
You know?
right.
Yeah. They just
stuff
want to
like
see if the story changes a
that. Oh,
little bit.
100%. Oh, I'm like that with my dad.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe hardly anything that my dad would tell me, and then I finally took him to Mexico in 2014 and went to his hometown because I remember going as a little kid, but I don't remember everything.
It's different.
And so when he would tell us stories, I understood why. My dad is a Mexican hillbilly.
Oh, really?
I mean, literally. They lived up in the cerros, they call it, but it's small mountains, I guess, right? I guess that's how you can relate those two. But they, why he says that, they've ate squirrel, possum, stuff like that. And I was like, there's no way. Why would he, there's no way we eat tacos. We don't eat that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Shit. Yeah, that's what they would do.
Really?
So I would see people coming down. They looked like little ants until they got bigger. And they were just, they were Mexican hillbillies. I hate to use that term, but that's what they were. I mean.
Yeah, I wonder how that term even came up, hillbilly.
I don't know, but it was just that way, so I catch myself doing the same thing as my kids do, right?
Yep.
Always question.
Christian, can you look up the definition of hillbilly? That's something I've never really thought about. You hear it a lot.
You hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then that's pretty wild. So in the home that you lived in Strawberry Hill Central, where did you spend most of your time?
Really outdoors, outside, because
because
really
that's what we did.
Well, we befriended a lot of kids that were there in that area. We grew up around, a bunch of different kids that, they took us in. We were the only Mexicans on the block.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They
You
took
guys
us in.
were at the time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was nobody else. And that's really a Polish,
Yes.
Croatian.
Community.
We grew up. Is it okay to? I don't want to drop too many names, but Tomasics were behind us.
Yeah, you can drop
So
names.
we Nick Tomasics kids.
Oh, yeah.
So they were behind us. The Beatles, Mike Beatle, Jamie Beatle. I don't know if you ever
No.
heard of them.
What? There was an actual last name Beetle?
Yeah, Beatle.
That's
and they were
crazy.
next door to us. The McGinleys.
Okay.
Were by us too. I think they went to Ward. I don't know if you guys knew them, but yeah. So they just took us in.
Yeah.
And it was pretty cool. So we spent our time outside, just being kids, man.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just that.
But you also had family within the central area as well, like
because I could just go straight up Orville,
right?
and all my families,
The Morenos, right?
Yeah,
the Leo know them.
But so was
who else?
at that time. At that time, it was just Morenos on 10th Street.
Yes.
And then one block over Sandusky was Valdovinos,
Oh,
Ontiveros, Lozanos. So
Okay.
we all lived.
Dang,
Yes.
Yeah, so
we all
that-
lived between 6th, 10th, just
Yeah.
that square. And so we spent most of our time at Northrop Park, Sandusky Park.
yeah,
And
yeah.
those were.
So like you would ride your bikes from your house and can
If
ride
we had
over.
a bike, we was
Oh,
on
you didn't
Patamobile, man. That
The
was,
Patamobile.
that was. I mean, what was you gonna do, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we were. Yeah, I mean, we were. I would say we were okay and better off to do that, to walk.
Yes.
And just.
Yep.
We didn't. I don't think a lot of people in the family had bikes, and if they did, it was just.
They weren't around because they were on their bikes somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean, but yeah.
No, you're right. Just the walking, I think.
Yeah,
was
because I
probably-
think we just walked everywhere.
Yeah.
Now, as I got older,
Yeah.
I got a bike, and then that's when I started riding with the older, with the guys at Wyandotte, Central, when we went to Central,
Oh.
yeah, so.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys weren't far enough to get bus or?
No, I'm saying I didn't really ride bikes until I started, hanging out with Junior,
Yes,
hanging out with
yes.
Drutons,
Oh, okay.
hanging out with Eastwoods. and all
Right,
them.
oh, okay.
We all had to have bikes.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Chris, what's the definition?
Okay, so hillbilly is an unsophisticated country person as associated originally with remote regions of the Appalachians.
Okay.
I get the hill part, but I'm not sure where the Billy part
Yeah.
came from. But
Yeah. So
Well, that's
and-
interesting.
So you just mentioned the family. I mean, big family. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
big
that's
Lots of boys, though, right?
More
think
males?
So. I think more males than anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the majority.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, on Leo's side, obviously he's got a lot of sisters, but yeah, I think the majority.
Yeah.
I can say
Yeah.
just
I was
guys.
gonna say, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're related to the Morenos how?
My mom.
Your mom?
My mom and my aunt were sisters. So
Okay.
It's all Perez side of the family.
Okay.
Garcia side on my dad, we didn't have anybody here, and not in this in the state, in the city,
Yeah.
until my cousin Eddie moved from California. But that's it.
So what would you say what was it that brought mom and dad up here to Kansas City?
We had a choice of either coming to Kansas City or L.A. because my dad's brother lived in L.A. My dad had been here on business one time,
Okay. and
he saw it as more of an opportunity for us to come here versus going and struggling in LA. We were I don't want to say we were, well, I'd say we were well off in Mexico. It was just the pollution that affected us. The younger kids. And it was just a choice that my dad made, and we didn't have to come. I think we struggled
When you came here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We struggled. We had our own house there, and we struggled. But I wouldn't want to go back and change that for anything. But yeah, that was the decision. So he knew about the stuff that went on in L.A. and he kind of figured as far as like gang violence and all that, right?
Yeah.
Because even back in the day, that was bad, right?
Yeah.
But we didn't know what we didn't know, and when he talked to his brother, and he had a cousin that lived over there, and he was like, if you're going to bring your family, it's tough. You're going to live in a 1-bedroom if you can find that.
Yeah.
And jobs are tough over here. And then my mom had family here, so that's how we.
Okay. Because a lot of families come up. This could be a stopping point, or they just keep going north to Chicago. There's a lot of raza in Chicago.
And I think he was trying to get away from the big city, and that was one of the big reasons because of that. Like it was probably worse than what it is now. Have you guys been to Mexico City?
No.
Oh.
I have just once back in '91.
Okay,
but that's
so it's
And yeah,
I'm not gonna say it. I've been places like South Korea. South Korea is bad.
You've been there?
Yeah, you get off the plane, and I'm telling you, it's like you're in fog.
Really?
And it's that bad because they don't have any of the rules and regulations for emissions and pollution and all that. Mexico City is not as that bad,
but it's not far off.
It's not far off, but
I have heard that. I have heard that. Yes,
I can see the sun. I can see far.
Yeah. And not
South Korea was more of a layover spot, but there was times when I was laid over for 24 hours, so I would get out, and it was just I didn't have any desire to.
Right, and like everyone wears a mask, right?
Oh my God.
I mean, because
they were wearing masks before.
Yeah, before
COVID.
Yeah, that was exactly. You're exactly right.
Yeah.
So when I went to Mexico City, that was something that I learned when we walked out of the airport. And the like diesel fuel, like the exhaust, right? And then the person I was with, I don't know if you know Edgar Galicia. He does Cabo there in Central, but anyway, he and I worked together, so we went on a work trip, like I said, back in '91, and that's where he was from, and so he took me around and this and that. But he turned around, looked at me, and says, "This is what it smells like. Just get used to it, because we're gonna be here for a week." Yeah. And it was crazy. I was like, "Wow, it was pretty strong."
Yeah, you could definitely tell, especially riding with the windows open behind a car because you're so bunched up.
Yeah,
and it was kind of a what's the word? For me to see what I saw in the city, because there was still a lot of buildings that were knocked down from the earthquake.
Right in '87.
Yeah, '87. So. So I could just imagine. I can just imagine what it looks like now. I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm sure everything's kind of back to normal.
I think so, but there's still some places that maybe
they never even attempted.
And why would they? Yeah, exactly.
Correct, yeah.
Like here we have a house or a neighborhood that keeps getting ripped down by tornado, and hey, we're rebuilding. We don't care. Flood, we're rebuilding. Over there, they're like, to hell with that. Why are we going to do it again, right? So there's some areas, but then there's some areas that that were totally wiped out, and then they had to remake houses, and they learn from their mistakes. And just like in Japan, right? Japan, I mean, look at their buildings. When there's an earthquake, they just it's like you're just like whatever. It's nothing. It's
just sways and
but first time you're in there, you're like, what the, and everybody's just normal about it, But
that's pretty wild. Being, like I said, a part of the huge family. Do you remember as a kid like birthday parties and quinces and what was?
Yeah, I mean I mean think about this. We had a big family,
right?
I mean, humongous. Back then to squeeze everybody into a place was hard. Then I remember my daughter Samantha for her quinceañera. I mean, we had 600 people plus, right? At Shawnee Civic Center. But I remember back in the day when you're talking about that, we had parties like we would get together at somebody's house and we would just bunch everybody up there, or we would do our trips to Perry Lake, Smithville.
Yeah.
Right. We always went around the back because we didn't want to pay. Right. So you always seen the Mexicans, carrying. That was us. We had no shame and didn't care. So,
right.
I mean, I clearly remember. If your birthday was in the summertime, you had a party at the lake or something.
Yeah.
We always did. We were always a very tight knit family.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. I think that we have that in common. I think
Yeah, I mean, and as you grow older, you start growing apart.
Yeah.
And that's, it's difficult, but it's, it happens, I think,
I know, but think about this. You knew all your cousins growing up.
Sure.
Think about the little ones now. Do they know who all their cousins are anymore?
Yeah, and so, no, they probably don't, right? Unless their dads and their moms are close.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Because everybody spreads out.
Right.
Or
I know.
Or, as you get older, there's always tension in the family, and so then that creates chaos so that your grandkids or they're not going to know because they're not hanging out.
Right, I know,
And everybody's on the phones anymore. And everybody's on the iPads.
I mean, we were to the point where like, okay, this is your cousin you go to school with. So like they have to know who their cousins are so they don't end up dating somebody that they shouldn't be dating, right? Like,
and that's
because we're not as close as what we used to be.
Yeah, and you have to be careful there. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I don't have an example of that. Thank God.
But it's just that our kids don't know their extended cousins and their, we just don't have that same bond that we had.
But you obviously come from a big family.
Yes, yeah.
So you did the same thing we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's, I remember growing up, like when we were growing up in Argentina, and we were hanging out with the Zamoras, we were hanging out with the Mendez family, and the Duarte. Sometimes we didn't know if we were cousins or not. We just assumed, right? Because we were all hanging out every weekend. And, but we because our parents were good friends. So.
Right. Yeah. Because we're Garcias. I mean, who knows, right?
Well, I mean, because I knew him at Emerson, right? And then as we got older, we would see each other here and there.
I was pretty sad when you left, man. I was like, my Garcia cousin just left, and we go back to school 4th grade. And where's he at?
What was that? I remember doing that. Remember how we used to do the field days?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
We used to call it May Day.
Yeah, May Day, and I remember doing May Day to. Another One Bites the Dust. Do you recall that? Mm-hmm. God, we were out there in the playground doing that, and we had to dance.
Oh, really?
You do remember that?
I remember that. That was my favorite song growing up.
Right.
Why not? Right? Yeah.
I
forget the teacher's name.
Was it Larson?
Nope. I had it.
What
it was
grade?
A lady.
What grade?
3rd grade. No. 2nd grade. 2nd grade, I think it was maybe. Because 3rd grade, I was at MHS.
2nd grade, Miss Gobble.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah.
That sounds familiar.
So it's crazy because I can name I can name all of my teachers. It's
I can name my teachers as I got older. Miss Lee at Central. Do you remember Miss Lee?
What did she teach?
Was
oh yeah, science
social
teacher.
studies or science.
I
something
think
like
so.
that.
Yeah.
But I remember her because chess.
Oh.
Do you recall that?
She had a big chest?
Chest.
Oh.
Not chest.
Okay.
But chest.
Did she teach-
remember the
did-
homerooms that we had?
Yeah.
Or was it homerooms? Or
Yeah.
What were they?
They were homerooms, I
They
believe.
were homerooms,
yeah.
right? And then we had...
That's where we started the day off.
Right.
In the homeroom.
Yeah.
and then you
but
go
it
to
was
first hour.
it was maybe not the homeroom. It was that one time when we had different things that we could do. Chess, you could do French club, you can do
Oh, okay.
something like that. It was, and I remember Miss Lee set me down one day, said, "Boy, you're bad. You're gonna learn this." And she taught me how to play chess.
Yeah.
To this
okay.
day, I still know how to
still
play
play?
chess
Okay.
because I remember her. Miss Gaitan.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Yeah.
That was Mr. Rupo. Was that
Oh,
Mr.
I remember
at
that
Central?
name. Yeah.
He was social studies too.
Yeah,
I think
they're
downstairs in the bottom. He
In
was also
the auditorium? Ain't it? Mr. Brown and
no,
Mr.
that was Mr. Brown, and I forget the other one's name, but that was history, right?
Oh,
History.
okay, yeah.
No, I think Rupel was maybe basics. I forget what he was, but
Okay.
he was a tall guy. He was basketball or football coach.
Okay.
Remember Mr. Cox?
Oh, yes.
I remember those names, right?
Yes.
Okay.
When anything past that, I don't remember. Below middle school, maybe.
Antos Rios.
Yeah.
Remember those two?
Rios, is that Mr. Rios? The one that we know?
Yeah, he used to be
Mr.
a teacher.
Antos, man, he was the he was the one that would tell man, he would grab us and say, "You're gonna do what and you needed that. We needed that as
Yeah.
kids. We needed that structure.
Yeah.
I can't say anything bad about any. I mean, I remember Mr. Breedlove,
Yes.
right? Willie Johnson, Mr. Johnson at Wyandotte. He was our vice principal and then became principal.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah. I remember everybody that's made that did something for me in my life that they don't even know they did.
Right. Yeah.
Right. I can remember those.
Yeah.
Especially Miss Gaitan.
Yes.
Okay. Let me ask this. Okay. Your vice principal became principal
Well, he was.
when you guys were in high school.
I think
correct?
it was. I think it was Mr. Johnson no, it was Mr. Johnson. I think he was maybe 1 year he was vice principal and then became.
Oh, okay. Let me ask.
principal.
What was the reason?
I don't recall.
Maybe somebody retired. I
Maybe
really
somebody.
don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
That's
either.
why I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember that. But maybe I think it was Mr. Johnson. I don't think it was Mr.
I mean, because I only bring that up because when I was my freshman year, we had a principal, and then I think sophomore year, the vice principal became principal that year, and everybody was like, "Why? What happened? Did he retire?" And I said, "No, he was stealing money from the school." So
Oh, well,
he got
then
fired.
you're going to remember that.
So then,
I don't know
so then
that
I
we
was like,
had
okay,
that.
so then that's why I asked,
No,
how,
I don't.
what was the reason there? But
I don't think we've
retirement-
had any stories
Anything
like
like
that
that?
No.
for Central or Wyandotte. I don't think so. But
No.
there could have been.
Hey, the only story I remember is the basketball player, the star basketball player that
You go bring that up. Yep.
Yeah.
I know.
What happened?
the Jostens guy that goes around selling the rings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember he robbed him or something.
And then he lost his D1
Yeah,
scholarship.
yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
He was
That's the
going to
only thing
Arkansas,
I
I
remember.
think. He was going to go to
I
Arkansas.
don't know.
Yeah, dude.
That's
But yeah.
tough. See,
I remember we had state champs, right? 2 years in a row we went to state. We won it once or maybe won it both times. But yeah, we were.
was that when Vaughn Taylor was
Oh,
playing?
yeah. Well, Taylor, Steve Reed, Corey Welch.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Those are the big names I remember.
yeah.
Dang. See, and then it's crazy that you say that the star player loses scholarships because we had the same thing. Our star player, supposedly there was a gun found in his locker.
Yeah.
He lost everything too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn.
And
man,
I think it was a few of them that lost their scholarship because of certain things that happened. Because they all were, one big clique, and luckily we got along with them.
Yeah.
we got so along with them.
Yeah. Let's go back to the Jostens thing. You know what's funny about that is so I had my class ring on layaway for like 3 years. Every time Jostens would show up, my mom would give me $20.
Yep.
Here, make a payment. So it took forever to make
Sure.
and it's the way it was, right? And I remember this guy would say, "Here's your ring. Try it on. See, check it out." Look. Then there was a time where we couldn't do that anymore. Oh. And then we're like, "Well, what happened?" And then we heard, somebody at Wyandotte tried to rob him or something, and then so that guy ruined it for all of us. We couldn't even touch our rings anymore. We had to wait till our senior year to finally get
I've heard
Am I
somebody
paid
else
off?
say that before.
Bam,
That
and
it was
it-
because of what happened with us. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Okay. Let's bring up another one.
Yeah.
Do you recall Central Middle School? We had a field trip to Wyandotte County Park and the
remember a couple of those.
museum,
Yeah.
and a bunch of students decided to jump on whatever, the artwork, anything, something like that. Like they totally messed up the museum.
No way.
Yes.
What was the field trip for?
I
Because I want to say, yeah, I do remember. But there was another field trip that we did, but I don't think it was one. But I do remember that. Yes, I do. I do remember. I don't remember the specifics. I
Right.
just remember, yeah. And usually I was right in the middle of it. But usually I was, but I don't recall. I was not in the middle of that
Yeah,
one. But
yeah.
I do recall.
Do you remember what you jumped on?
No, it wasn't me.
yeah,
You trying to trick me up. I see what he's doing. I get it. Nope.
Okay.
You know, when we went to Wyandotte, I thought it was really cool because all of us Hispanic Latinos were always together.
Mm-hmm.
Even though, you know, we were the minority in that group in that school. But I just always thought we always went to the same place. We hung out in the same spot. And so it was always felt like, you know, we belonged there too. Just, you know.
It did because, yeah. I mean,
I don't know if you remember, but yeah, we
we
would
were always, if we went to a football game, we were always there. Basketball game, same thing. We all sit together.
Yeah.
You know, it was high school, obviously, where, you know, you had your jocks and your preps and this and that. But we all were just mixed in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, even in the hallways, we spent time before school.
Yes,
You know,
I remember those days. Yeah.
You know, yeah, it was, and you had to, or we thought we had to, but that's what I'm getting. So I mean, some of my coolest friends were, you know, or athletes, right? You know, the Reed brothers, you know, Welch's, the Taylors, you know.
Yeah.
But not that we went and hung, but I'm saying
Right,
in school, you know, they were.
Yeah.
You know, I was a little guy. I was just like, you know, maybe that's why, I don't know, but yeah, that was it was cool that they accepted us too.
Right.
You know, so
Yeah, you were the guy who used to kick the ball very far.
yeah.
But I mean, who are your best friends in school?
Oh, you know, it depends. So like when at Central, we had a pretty tight group, but it was always, you know, Junior, Gutierrez. It was you probably won't know these names, but Joey Eastwood, Joe Druten.
Druten, yep.
Yeah,
I remember.
yeah. So we were that tight group.
Yeah. Did you
Craig
guys?
Knight, you know.
Yes, Craig.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was middle school.
That's
He
a
was
name
the
I
one-
haven't heard in a while.
Yeah, I
actually.
haven't. Craig, remember when he was in his science class and caught fire?
Yep.
It's crazy.
I do recall that. Yep. And then as we grew up or grew older, you know, we went to high school. Maybe we shifted a little bit. You know, certain ones went one way and the others went another way. Joe Druten went to Ward.
Yes.
You know, Eastwood was with us. Junior was still there. You know, and then it just started growing. Right, the next year, Marquez. Robert
That's what I was gonna say,
Marquez
Robert
comes in,
Marquez,
you know,
yeah.
Felipe, my cousin, comes in.
Right.
You know, and it was different crews then. You know, and then when we played Ward, we wouldn't even be able to talk to Druten anymore because, you know, it was just like we didn't know each other.
Right.
But we were so tight at Central.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean tight. I mean, we were riding bikes at 3-4 in the freaking morning.
Oh, really?
Right? You know, you know, so that was our
Yeah.
our little
Okay, so
crew.
then you did have a bike.
That's what I said. As I got older.
Eventually.
As you got,
As
do
I
you
got
remember
older.
what kind of bike it was? Do you remember like
Well, I don't remember the one that I
not
took
necessarily
from somebody,
the brand, but
I think I changed it up a little bit, and I didn't keep it the same, so it was different parts.
so you had to change
Yes, sir.
it.
I had to change it up, and then as I got older, you know, I don't think I left the bike scene for a while, but obviously when I started driving, I left the bike. But I think it was part Haro, part what was the other one? Predator, right?
Yeah,
I think I had
yeah.
a Haro frame with
The different
Predator.
different
you just had to
handlebars
make
and
it
the
up with-
different
as you go,
forks and
man.
the
It was just this kid owed me money, and you're gonna give it to me one way or the other, and I ended up taking his bike, and you know,
Yeah.
so Yeah, so
Dang, you're like Debo.
I was the littlest Devo in the world, man. I was always a troublemaker. I was
here
always
comes
the
Devo.
one that
Put your chains away.
I was always the one that started it, and I backed up so everybody else could finish it. That was just me.
Oh man.
I don't remember you as a troublemaker.
But your grades. Were you a smart kid?
No,
Not
by
at all.
any means. So when you say graduate, I never graduated. See,
No?
I dropped out and went and got my GED. As I got older, I got wiser, and I said, this is something that need to happen. So eventually, I decided to go back to school. Where I'm at now is why.
Uh-huh.
I went back to school because I had one. I think I had heard about Cerner, and I said, I'm going to work there one day.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
And when I found out what you needed to do, I went back to school, and I luckily got my degree, and I actually only had gotten my associates just to get my foot in the door, and then everything, I was like, they were like, you don't even need it. Once you're here for 6 years, it's the equivalent of a bachelor's. I'm like, okay, so I believed it. So I shouldn't have done that. So then, fast forward, I decided to myself, I'm just going to go back.
Okay.
So then I ended up going back, and then finally, 2024, I got my bachelor's.
Oh, good.
So,
Cool.
Good for
Good for
you.
you.
yeah.
Congrats. Yeah.
So that, I was not it's not that I wasn't the smart kid. I just didn't apply it.
Uh-huh.
I had every opportunity that my brothers had.
Yeah.
Every single opportunity. I didn't take them. I didn't grab them, and I should have, but I was just that kid that I could, I couldn't multitask, I guess. At that time, and maybe that's not even the right phrase to use with it, but I would rather go to the party than to stay in school and learn, right? And so where some people could go to school and learn and go to the party afterwards, I got to be the first one there. What do you mean I got to wait till after school? No. So yeah, I wasn't, and like I said, I didn't graduate high school.
Didn't realize that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ended up getting my GED, and then it just the way things worked out.
Yeah.
What was your very first job?
So my very first job was working with my brother Weddle. Worked at a dealership on 34th and Merriam. And I was, I forget the name of it.
Okay.
But, we lived in same house, Strawberry Hill. So there was times that he would, he would take me to work. And there was times when he had to go do something else. So he dropped me off on 18th and Merriam, and I had to walk to 34th, So I remember those days clearly. That was my first job. And then, because I learned how to drive a 5-speed. I learned how to drive there.
Okay.
Yeah, I was,
At that time,
wanna
you're like,
say-
damn, where's my bike?
Yeah, no kidding. I want to say I was, 13,
Oh.
14 maybe. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I was young. Yeah, I mean, I think like anybody else when you're growing up in those days, and it's not like, I'm not going to say we were bad off where I had, but yeah, we needed the help. My dad would get laid off. It was the type of thing where, you brought your check, and it was, here you go.
Yeah.
And, oh, okay, well, here you go. This is what you get.
Yeah.
So I not only, I didn't have to pay Uncle Sam because I got paid taxes, but I had to pay Teodoro because he was my tax guy right there.
Yeah.
So, you had to give the money to the house.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
My dad had that mentality. I don't know if it was just because of, coming from Mexico, but he was a work mentality. He was like, you need to go to work. What are you talking about? You're going to go to school, college. And I was like, well, no, I'm going to go to college. And he's like, no, you need to work. And that was his mentality. But growing up in Mexico, he was on the corners in second grade selling papers and, and so that was always his mentality. Yeah. So he tried to push that on us as well. But then he was surprised when I was done in 4 years and he was like, oh,
yeah,
okay. And then it's just the mentality that he had coming from.
And then your dad looked at me and said, this guy's still around.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but that's the thing, though. That's what the high school counselors were for, right?
Oh, yeah.
They knew which kids had the
ability
to go to So apparently that's why the counselors didn't talk to me.
They didn't even know your name?
No, no. They're like, they'd ask me if I went to school here. I'm like, yeah, I've been here. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, maybe you need to transfer to Wyandotte.
No.
But yeah, that's. And then your dad, how long did he work at the railroad?
Man.
Because you said it was on and off. Because
because when they get laid off, right?
Right.
They
Yeah.
get laid off or whatever.
then-
But it was like you go to the bench. And you just wait until a spot opens up and then you go back in. But it's not like he would lose the job and had to go up. He just got laid off, and then when they called him back, sometimes it would last 30 days. Sometimes it would last
See, I
2
remember
months.
I remember my dad doing that as well.
Yeah, that was
Going
kind
to
of a hard
work at a
yeah.
gas station.
In the meantime?
In the meantime,
I
yeah.
remember my dad having to go work at different places, and try to do something where if they would pay him cash because he was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
But I think at those times, we all, and I'm not just talking about me, all my brothers, we did the same thing.
Okay. Was there ever a time that he tried to pull you guys into the railroad?
I think he would have liked that, but I just don't recall my dad saying, "Hey, no, you're going to go to school and learn."
Yeah. See,
Right?
that's
But he did always say, "You're either going to go to school or you're going to work."
okay.
He did say that. Teddy just took it and ran with it. And, obviously, his story's a little bit different, where I was like, well, no, I kind of do want that money.
Yeah.
And I started my family very early, where I was already out of the house by maybe going on 18. I think I was 17.
Yeah.
Right? So, So, where, Teddy waited and he went to school and, he did his thing. And, but, with me, it was just,
Yep.
something different.
Yep.
Well, I applaud you on going back and
Yeah, no,
and
that's
getting
awesome.
that
dude.
done.
I kicked myself in the butt because it would have been easier.
I know, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was 50 freaking years old almost when I got my bachelor's, man. And that's,
Good for you though, man. That's
but you know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah.
it's never too late.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, man.
Right?
Yeah. Writing papers at freaking 50 years old when I'm on the road working.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's tough. And then,
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean, it's done now. So
Right. Wow.
yeah. No, that's pretty cool, man.
Where'd you end up getting your degree through?
University of Phoenix,
Oh, okay.
because I had to do it online.
Right.
I couldn't because of my work. There's no way that I could have. I mean, I've been since I started at Cerner. I've been traveling every year. This is my first year off, really.
Oh,
So, yeah.
okay.
And not really off. It's just not as much.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? So, yep.
When was the last time you stepped foot in Wyandotte High School?
Oh, just, I went back, what was that? I went back to volunteer through Cerner maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 years ago maybe. Yeah. Yeah. I think what were we doing? We were doing some type of, it was a volunteer event for,
Volunteer during your work hours?
it was after.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, it was after. But yeah, it was a volunteer event. I think it was for something having to do with, for voting.
Oh.
I want to say it was something similar to that, or registering for something.
Okay.
But yeah, I went back.
Okay, so that was just something that you heard it was going to go to Wyandotte, and
I
went
jumped all
there.
over it. I jumped all over it because I said, I thought to myself, even though I didn't graduate from there, it
Right.
taught me so much.
Right.
Right. My structure was because of Wyandotte. Even though I didn't go, you got to understand. Even though I didn't go,
I get it. Yeah.
It was.
You still owed a
That's
little
the
something.
kind of. Oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Everything I owe to that.
Yeah.
To the schools that I went to that I didn't learn anything, I learned a lot.
Yeah.
Right. And so, some people don't understand that, but you do. You learn life lessons. I don't care if it's not in the classroom.
Right.
but
Right.
There's sometimes when the teacher will grab you right there in the hallway and teach you something. Boy, and I'm telling you, some of those teachers, boy, they
Yeah.
they laid into you, and I remember those things.
Yeah. Miss Nickham?
Oh yeah.
She just retired last
Oh
year.
really? Wow.
She's been there a long
Man, she's been
time.
there forever. Yeah.
I know.
And Mr.
Mr.
Black?
Black is still
Oh,
there.
Mr. Black. Wow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that name.
So you're talking about 50 years old, but
Yeah.
think about them.
That's just
Yeah, exactly.
Still, I'm like,
Wow.
oh my goodness.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Like I just here maybe a month ago, J.C. Harmon had a Hall of Fame, and
wow.
I went because of course I had a cousin of mine who it was entered to the Hall of Fame. He graduated early '90s, or maybe late '90s. But one of my shop teacher, my football coach, it was wild to see him, how viejito he was, how old he was. It's crazy. Because I remember him, he was a big guy in his tight shirts, and he had the nice fro and the pork chops,
The high shorts. Real
Yeah,
tight.
and that's what he would wear. Yeah, the bike, it was called bike,
Uh-huh.
the coaching shorts.
Yeah.
But then to see him now, it's like, man, it was wild.
Yeah.
Just walking really slow and
Wow.
gray hair and
But was he still teaching?
no,
He
because
retired.
because he had already retired. He had left Harmon and he was a principal at Schlegel for a little while, and then he went somewhere else. His name was Mr. Bolden, Doug Bolden.
Okay.
But so
they were
it
just
was cool.
recognizing
Yeah,
him.
it was cool to see. Cool to see
Wow.
him there, yeah. And some of his old football players were there, like
Right.
Lou, cousin Lou, and some other
Yeah.
guys. But yeah, but speaking,
We're all going to get there someday.
I know what and
8 more years.
Yeah.
now. What do you remember about St. Margaret's Park, man?
Oh, man. The hanging out. I mean, the music, the now you call it networking. We called it, just hanging out and having fun. And yeah, I mean, that was.
So my question is, how did it all start? Who started that? Were you part of that? Were you part of that?
I'd like to say we were, but I think maybe somebody else was there before us.
Was there?
I don't want. Was it you guys that went hang out with somebody there, or
I don't know.
did you guys come? I don't. That's
don't
a good
remember.
question.
Yeah, I don't know.
I want to say that we did because I know we did not Clopper. What was it?
The whole.
We used to do Clifton.
Yeah, that's the hole down by
Yeah,
the
Clifton.
armory.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we
okay.
used to do Clifton, and then I think we got ran out, and I think we went up to St. Margaret's.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how it started.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to say vice versa. I think that's how it started. But yeah, we obviously it was like a car show without having the nice cars, right? we had the hoopties, right?
yeah. Oh, yeah.
But that hoopty boy had to have the beats in there.
They had the
Right,
horses.
right.
And so it was just, and I think that's kind of what maybe we got ran out of Clifton. The cops would come because there was houses closer to Clifton,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Than to St. Margaret's.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So, okay, so was it you that had the beats going?
I think there was quite a few of us.
Yeah.
But who was the one that had the speakers?
I had the big speakers. I mean, my house speakers were probably half the size of your refrigerator.
Okay, like like these speakers here,
A little bit lower.
and they're the home speakers.
And they were the
right?
home speakers.
Yeah,
and
it had the foam. The foam.
You had
in the
to, you had to make sure you knew how to. And back then, we were good with the with the radios,
the stereos. Yeah.
the stereos, right? So we had to, connect a lot of different things. Get your amp, get your equalizer, get everything done.
Right.
And I decided I'm gonna put my house speakers there, and they were like, I remember my cousin Juanella was like, "Bro, that's gonna bump," and I was like, "It'll bump once I get this connected right." And
Yeah.
we struggled. We struggled to get it, and I would tell him, he's like, turn it up, and I'm like, not until it gets. I said, when it's ready, that's when I'll show it. I said, until then,
Because I'm not gonna blow this speaker.
well,
out.
not blow it, but I don't want to get somewhere and it'd be like, dang, you can barely hear that.
Well.
Oh no, you could hear me coming down the street.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
I had to have him in the back, like this, because if not, I didn't have anything to secure him.
Yeah, yeah.
So you talk about speakers that big, and somebody's got to go in the back and hold it. And so he would just be in the back, and the music would just be in his head, because it was that loud.
Yeah.
I think our signature song was "You Got to Chill."
That
Still is.
Yeah.
that became the anthem, I would say, right? Of
I'll say it was, yeah, because and I had to play it every single time I showed up.
Right. Yeah.
So how do you make it an anthem? You play it every damn time that
Right.
you show up.
Yeah.
There was not a time that I didn't play it.
and and to the people who remember those days, when that song comes up, that's what everybody remembers. Was that?
Central, I know.
I was just we were at the Nest and they played it and with Frankie and everybody said, "Oh no!"
Yeah, right.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we started hanging out down there, but eventually people from Argentina were coming over.
People from West Side.
People from the West
from
Side were coming
Carnes.
over. Yes, yeah.
See, and,
yeah.
and that's what made it cool. You know, I don't recall any fights.
I mean, there was always something going on. I'll say that. I'm not going to say there wasn't.
Okay.
But the thing is that we always, we tried to always, I guess, scream unity, right? When you're there and not do that. Now, there was times when we just got out of hand.
Yeah.
But it wasn't anything where the cops had to, if the cops came, it was because they saw.
Yeah.
There was a bunch of cars there.
Yeah, yeah.
And there was times when they did that, but it wasn't. No, it wasn't that. I went.
We never lost anybody. We never.
Not there.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, not like that.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. I could. Yeah.
I mean, I know there was fights, and once in a while,
Were
not
these-
all the time.
What nights?
but-
Was it just the one night?
No.
Or was there
No.
times when you'd be there Friday after a football game, and
I
then
think so. I
I
think it
think
was Friday,
so, yeah.
Saturday,
and then Saturdays?
Yeah.
I just remember more the Saturdays.
and I don't think
Yeah.
if it was a long weekend, then there was
It
a
might
long
be down
weekend.
there
So
Sunday.
yeah.
Yeah. But no, that was definitely fun times.
All right, so we gotta put it out right here, man. Are we going to do it again or what?
A reunion down there.
A reunion that I don't know. Have you seen it lately? It's changed a lot.
Yeah, I mean they had got basketball courts there now.
Yeah.
I mean a nicer restroom, I think maybe.
We didn't have. Oh yeah, they did
Yeah,
have the
I
restroom.
mean-
but
I mean-
no.
No, they didn't. Yeah, they
It's
did.
always been
It's
there, but
always
I don't
been
think
there, but
we
it
ever.
wasn't nice.
But-
Yeah.
But remember the rocket that was there?
Yes.
And then there was that fireman pole.
Oh, yeah.
You go up the ladder and you slide down the pole and just
Yeah.
back and forth.
It would be a.
But none
a
of
cool
that is
thing to
there.
do. No, it would be a cool thing to do, but obviously, yeah. I mean, I can still go down memory lane and
Yeah.
do that, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
think
yeah.
about it
Right.
all the time, but I mean, it's just like with anything, you kind of put it to the back and say,
Yeah.
there were some fun times, and there were.
Yeah.
I-
yeah.
I'm glad that we can still talk about it,
Right.
right? So yeah, that's
Let's-
pretty cool.
Let's do it.
Let's
you and I,
do it.
we talked about a year ago,
Yeah.
and you were
Yeah.
kind of like, "Yeah, man, that would be fun."
I just if everybody was on board for it, I might do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, dude, even if it's just 10 of us, there,
No, yeah, 100%.
you know?
I get that. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But everybody's on board with it. I'd go down there for a little bit and just hang out and
Yeah, well, you have to.
See
You're
what
bringing the
it's about.
speakers.
yeah.
Come on,
The speakers are about this little now, and they're in
But-
the doors, and then
yeah, and they're just as powerful.
and they're probably more powerful than they were
than
before.
they
Yeah,
were back then.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and then talking about just stuff like that, a lot of times on our show, Indian Spring comes up.
Oh, yeah.
People work there. People, I mean, did you? Was that a spot for you as well?
Yeah. I mean, that was probably our best place to hang out, I guess. If if we couldn't get a ride, we'd find a way to get there, right? Because it was all about hanging there on Friday nights. I think.
You were Friday.
Friday or Saturdays.
Ours was
Wasn't it more of a Sunday thing?
I thought it was a Sunday thing
not
for
for-
us,
after
for
church?
my family. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
like
Yeah.
after
So
church
we
type
went
thing.
there and hung out. We were at the arcade.
Yeah,
Fun
yeah,
Factory?
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. That's where you took your cars after they were cleaned and everybody would see them. And, back then I always borrowed it from Leo. Leo was my guy. He was. I'll clean it up, Bubba. Let me just take it. Boom. All right. And yeah. So I remember that. I remember it was Friday nights for us. I want to say maybe Saturday afternoons, and there was
Okay.
times when we went on Sundays too. Because I remember seeing you guys there. So I mean, it wasn't like we did, but yeah, we probably went there more than what we should have, But
and you didn't even have to go spend money. You just go hang out,
out.
and
because you
right.
could,
walk
Right.
the hallways, and
just had enough money for the Orange Julius, right? You want to have that, or if you got lucky and you had money to go to the dollar movies back that we had,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
well, I mean,
they were dollar
So,
movies.
they
but
were
they
dollar.
became, but they
Yes.
became. I think they became the dollar movie after the other theater opened up. They
Yeah.
were showing the newer movies.
Downstairs.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah.
6 theaters, they were
Because-
smaller, but that was new, so that's where they were showing the new movies that would
Right.
come out.
Okay.
But then the older movies for $1 were
Yeah, I did forget about the dollar movies, though. Yeah, you're right. I do remember that.
So that was originally
Joe versus the volcano.
Is that a dollar movie?
You seen that there? Really?
Yes.
That's where we went.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember I remember going to dollar movies. I remember going to the new ones, but my thing was just to go out there and hang out.
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
But one thing is that we didn't have a food court.
Yeah, we did.
We did? Where?
We did, didn't we? Well, maybe not a food court. I take that back.
We had the restaurants.
Yeah.
Not a food court.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're 100% right there.
And a lot of these other malls
had the food courts.
Yeah, Oak Park Mall and Metcalf South and Metro North and Independence Center.
Did you frequent those too, though? Or like...
Not a whole lot, but I do remember. I do remember those malls.
I think maybe we did Metcalf South, if anything.
Yeah,
but the majority of it was, for us it was always Indian Springs.
Indian Springs, yeah. That was the hang up. But no, I mean, if we would go to the other malls, because we were shopping, really.
Oh, okay.
Mom and dad were shopping, so of course I'd have to go. But
we didn't go that far.
Indian
We stayed right in
Springs-
Central.
We
We didn't go anywhere else.
that's what I'm saying. And I think the only reason we went to Metcalf South is me, Junior, and Joey, and we rode our bikes out there.
Oh, man.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we used to ride. Yeah.
yeah, see, and we would ride our bikes from Argentine to Wyandotte County Lake.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, ride around the lake and then try to
That's
get home.
far.
Try to get home before the street light.
Yeah, I think we might have done that a couple of times, but yeah, the majority of it was for us was just riding. It was trying to
see, and just it's sad that you just don't see that. But today on my way home, there was down here at the gas station, right here, but the Casey Neighborhood Bar and Grill, the gas station, there was like 6 bikes with kids in the, and I thought, wow, that was cool.
That's pretty cool.
All the bikes are sitting outside in just laying down.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
I mean, nowadays it's a little bit different where
Yes.
maybe we look at it different now with our grandkids, right? I mean, I don't know if I'd want my grandkid riding their bike out. And,
Right.
you got kids or people doing different things.
I
Yeah,
know,
and then
yeah.
I think Christian had mentioned that once. He said it's just not as safe, or it as it was for us back then.
That's a very fair statement. Yeah, I agree. It just, I'm sure you can still go out and do things like that. It's just you got to be aware of a lot of things nowadays.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, you said talking about hanging out, and I am thinking about different places we hung out. Rockneys.
Yeah, you know what? And that's
Remember,
funny.
right? Rockneys.
That's funny. I have that here too. I was going to ask you about Rockneys. How did that start?
Rockneys was the one on 7th Street?
Yeah.
The one
Up
the
on top.
upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because it wasn't always Rockneys. It was something else before Rockneys.
Okay.
Correct.
And so when it became a bar where it was not, where it was just everybody from Ward, Washington, and Wyandotte was going there, and that's how kind of what we just it was in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
We didn't have to go to Westport.
Right.
We didn't have to go way out.
And it was a cool little bar.
It was actually probably one of the better places to go. It just
Had the
only had one
had the
way
dance
in
floor.
and
Yeah.
one way out.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That was the problem, right?
It was like
so,
staircase,
Yeah,
right? Wasn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Because I think my cousin Jaime worked there. He was a
Oh,
bartender.
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah, he was already 21 and we were 20. And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
here's a little drinky,
Yeah. There, and then also when Leo, I can't remember who else had the bar. Were
Rookie.
you the one that?
No, I had the bar.
Rookies.
You were the one that had,
had
the
the
bar.
bar.
Rookies.
That's where I was going to get to.
Rookies. Yeah,
Rookies,
Rookies was
How-
the other one.
Okay, so how did that come about? What started that? I mean, of course, business.
So-
you wanted the money. I
Okay,
mean,
remind me first, where
no,
was
it
it?
wasn't about the money.
okay.
It wasn't about the money. Go ahead.
Where was it?
It was right on 7th and what's a street that used to go up to? It was right across from the Little Park,
Okay.
next to 7-Eleven.
Okay. Yes,
but it was
yes.
right on the corner. It was Kemp Electric, I think it was there.
Okay. Okay.
Right now,
I just
Osunax
needed
is
it. I
there.
knew it was there somewhere. I just couldn't remember
so
exactly.
It wasn't about the money. It was just, so I knew a couple people that were in the business, right? And I just, always had that. I wanted to start a bar. I wanted to have my own place that I can do things certain ways, and attract people from different sides of the state line, different sides of the county lines, and I think we did that. We never got closed down because of a fight. We never got, we never closed early because somebody shot up. It was, I would get on the mic and say, you're gonna come here, you're gonna be here, you're gonna. Respect everybody.
Obey our rules, yeah.
And it wasn't obeying the rules. It was just respect.
Okay.
It was more respect everybody, So by the time, after about a month, everybody got that flow into them that, hey, we don't have to come here and fight. We just come here and have a good time.
Yeah.
And so, I think that was, my intention was just to have a place to go and hang out. It was a sports bar at first, but I turned it into a private club because there was certain individuals that I didn't want there.
Yeah.
And I had that right as a business owner to say, yeah, you're not coming in here. And because I knew once I allowed that person in there, then that next person's coming in and they're going to be
right.
So I made sure of that. Now, did we have some fights? Sure, we had some fights, but you also had all my family there.
Yeah.
Right? So my family can help with that, right? Obviously, Leo worked there. Greg worked there.
Yeah.
Teddy worked there when he wasn't in school. My brother Jaime. It was just, but it was kind of like a family thing. Sundays I remember watching football there. A lot of the older guys would come there and hang out.
So you did have the TV screens and stuff like that?
Had fights there. Had Mike Tyson.
Yeah, we talked about the fights you had there.
No. No. These were I remember Tyson Holyfield.
Oh yeah, you guys
Tyson
went.
Holyfield. We watched it there at the bar. Yeah.
That's great. The ear incident.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So you always remember that.
It was just a year in my life that I wanted. I wanted to keep it open, and it was just something that was just gonna drive my family apart. So I just, I was, So we just decided to let it go. But it was a fun year, man.
Yeah.
It was a very fun year. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, but
dude, I remember Dale Carter walking into there.
Dale Carter, Vanover. We had probably. I mean, there was other Chiefs players that came in there. I remember Neil Smith was going to walk in, and then he decided not to. But it was cool though because of the other, some of the special teams guys and whatnot, And I just remember the signing of the dollars. That's what we did.
Oh, okay.
So
whatever happened to those?
Oh man, that's a good question. I have no idea. There was times that I ran into. And also it was also Robert Marquez became a partner of mine.
Okay.
So I want to make sure I get that out in case he listens because he'll get me on that one. But no, it was I do recall running into boxes that I've had that had maybe some stuff that I just never threw away, and I remember seeing old membership cards.
That's wow.
Old matches,
coasters. Do you have anything?
Not if I do, it might be in storage somewhere.
Yeah.
I just don't recall. But it was something that I do remember, but it's also something that I just kind of put to the back and just say, that was just.
That's a wild time.
Yeah, it was just, maybe I could have been wiser and used my money for different things instead of that. So.
But,
But you learn.
Yeah, exactly.
How'd you come up with that name? Do you recall?
I do because I was just starting out.
So okay,
I decided that rookies, and I think I think that was Greg, maybe my cousin Greg, that helped me with that name. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we were, and I think that's one of the reasons, and maybe my wife Nicole. I don't know who it was that helped me with it, but that's what I wanted to do was name it that because I was just starting out, I guess, right?
Yeah, that makes sense.
A rookie, and yeah. I was just tired of going to different bars where I would either get thrown out or they'd be like, "No, you don't belong here." I'm like, "Oh man, all right."
No, that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
and that was around the time. So how old were we? Would you say?
I was 25.
25. Okay, so young. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that was around the time when we would try to go to Westport, right? The Westport bars.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think maybe before because I don't think I went to Westport at 25 anymore.
No.
No.
Oh, so your those days were already done.
I was more, and even when we did, I didn't really frequent Westport like that just because I didn't like that scene. It was something about that scene that I just didn't like.
Yeah.
And we always kind of try to stay away from certain.
Right.
things.
How about the neighborhood grill bar?
So that was
when you guys, when the family did some rearrangement in there, and
what was it called? I forget the name of it, but yeah, I remember going there. Yeah.
What was it?
That was some good times in there too.
I know I'll remember when this is.
Yeah, I know.
But were you there that night of the
big fight?
Yeah, the rearranging the furniture in there.
I think I was.
Yeah, there was cue balls. And
there was a lot of things that were happening.
Mirrors broken, and
I think that was the last time we
jaws
were in there.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah,
but,
I do remember. No, but I
have
think
good
growing
memories
up
from different places. Yeah,
not growing up, but I mean, I was a regular Rockneys, right? Rockneys, is that what it's called?
Rockneys,
But I think it was something else before Rockneys, but something Frog or something. No, not Frog. But anyway, Snafus, I frequented them too. That was up a little bit further up by Reynolds and 7th Street or Tenney and 7th Street. 610 Club, stuff like that. That's kind of my area that I stayed in. I didn't.
Yeah.
I really wasn't too much into Westport. Not that I didn't go, but I just try to kind of stay in my hood, I guess.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. That's good times. I mean, it's just.
Yeah. So then, did you also go down to Argentine when we were upstairs at the
American Legion?
American Legion?
I threw like 3 parties.
Did
there.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was that? Rochelle Pacina that helped me do that.
Oh.
Yep. I remember throwing parties there, and that was about the money.
Who's your DJ? Do you remember who DJ?
Back then?
Was Felipe a DJ?
No.
Carlos.
Nuh-uh. I forget who it was, but I
forget. But Carlos got his hands into the DJing stuff. I remember.
Yeah. But I don't.
But you don't think it was him?
Oh no, I know it wasn't. No.
Okay. Well, I remember Dominic Soto. He was a DJ.
He was a DJ. I think I may have used him one time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because for me that was about the money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because you get a lot of heads in there.
Yeah, because I was making money.
What was it like? $5 at the door, maybe?
No, not even that.
I don't even remember.
I don't think it was that, but I think maybe
because you'd have to pay for the kegs.
Tops. Yeah,
remember the kegs?
$3 tops back in the day. And I think maybe. Yeah, I don't think.
I still own a flyer that I made for a party that was thrown there, and I think the hoser, Jose Herrera. Yeah. He threw a party there, and he's like, "Manito, I need a flyer. We need to get these flyers out." Right. So. I just cartoon. I might have been like Snoopy. Matter of fact, it was Snoopy, and I put a Adidas sweater on them and Adidas shoes and just wrote all the crazy.
Because you had to do that back in the day.
Because
there wasn't that. That was our social media.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
And
then we had passed those, and that's. Yeah. Damn it! I'm gonna have to find it. I know I've seen it. I have it folded up in stuff. Yeah, that my mom had kept, and I still have it. I'm sure the dates on there and everything. Yeah. What about the concerts?
Oh, yeah.
Were you there at the NWA?
Oh, 100%. I got home with one shoe, man.
Were you involved?
Oh yeah, we was all involved.
Were you guys?
Oh yeah.
I thought it was all West Side. I didn't know that.
It was West Side Argentine, Carnes, and we just said, okay, here we go, and that was it. Yeah. I mean, But
wait, who were you guys fighting against?
Against each other, everybody.
Against each other?
I believe so.
I thought it was a racial.
I think because I think we were fighting West Side too. We were fighting West Side. I mean, I think that's I think we kind of, us and Argentine kind of backed each other up maybe that day, but then there was a racial, but we were also fighting each other.
Oh, okay.
Because
we're sitting over here and we can see people up there fighting.
Oh, no, yeah.
Chairs started getting thrown and people rolling down.
Yeah.
It was just, that was, man, I remember, like I said, I went home with one shoe.
Really?
We had, everybody just said meet at such and such, and man,
How did you lose a shoe?
Because
you took it off and smacked somebody?
No, man, they were like, I mean, we were getting pulled, and people were on top of you, and doing whatever they were. I mean, they were hitting, and I remember. I think
you're
somebody.
Cool. You are cool. We leave this in, right?
Yeah, that part. Yeah, I'm okay with that. But I remember getting pulled from a pile, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think that's where I lost my shoe. And you know what? Maybe now that I think about it, maybe it was more racial than anything. It was not. It was not against everybody. It was racial, and I think we had to back each other up.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So yeah, edit that other piece. But you're right.
Yeah.
It was more racial than anything, and then we had to back each other up,
Yeah.
and that was one of the first times we did back each other up. Because
Okay.
other than that,
Yeah.
I mean, we used to roll into Argentine. You know, we used to hang out with them at Clopperfield with everybody, right?
Right.
And I'm not saying we never had issues, but I do. Yeah, you're right. It was a racial thing, and I think didn't it start because of NWA?
Yep.
Yeah, they were the ones on the stage.
Yeah,
they
they
were
were the ones
they
on
were
the
closing the tournament. They were
The
closing the
concert.
concert down. It was their show, and yeah, it got crazy to the point where I remember other rappers started coming onto the stage telling us to chill,
yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, and it was that. Now that memories a little bit foggy, but yeah, I do remember. You're right. It was racial. It was not.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Because I know we were.
but I know that it was one of the guys from I don't know what hood. They want to give me a ride, and I ran. I remember running with one shoe. I'm telling you, we lost. Everybody just had to scatter.
Yeah.
You didn't even know where you were at. Where were you parked?
Oh wow.
You know.
Who were you there with?
I want to say my cousins.
Oh, okay.
I want to say them, but yeah, it was everybody for themselves at that point, right?
Pretty wild, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to get out of there before we didn't get into the fight, but we're like, you know what? It's starting to look like a racial thing, and we're starting to get looked at. Let's
Yeah.
get the hell out of here
Yeah.
before, because we were with the girls, with the Jimenez girls, and we're like, yeah, it's time
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah.
Hit the ditch. And
But yeah, I felt like
still
we were
have
getting the looks as we're trying to get out of
right,
there. you know,
right.
and
like
I still have,
just trying to start something.
and I still have my that ticket.
Get out of here!
I still have it.
Wow.
I still have it. Pretty wild, man.
Yeah. That was some wild times.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, but real quick, let's and then now you're keeping yourself busy. You got grandchildren. That's awesome.
Yeah. Just I mean, so like today, my day starts at 7:30, and I mean I literally just got through working, and so.
Again, I appreciate you making the time.
But that's what. So that's how busy I am, right? Then I'll go back home right now, and I still got to do emails, right? So I stay busy during the week.
Yeah. You're working even from home.
Well, I work at home.
Oh, you do work
I
from
work
home.
from home.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I work from home.
Okay.
So it gets tiresome because I'm in my area, that all that time. And
Yeah.
then, yeah, like I said, there's times when I still got to go back and, do emails and
Yeah.
catch up on stuff. And there's times when I go into the office and, it's rare, but we do.
But do you like that luxury of working from home?
I do,
Yeah.
but to a certain degree. You miss that interactions
Yes.
that you had with, COVID really did another.
So I was going to ask, was it COVID that kind of?
Well, for me, it wasn't because I was working remote prior to that.
Oh, okay.
So maybe since 2017, I've been working from home. But I would go into the office to do my expense reports because when I say that, it's because I travel so much. So I never had to go in the office, but I would do my expense reports. I would go in there and do them. And then I do miss that, seeing everybody. And then now when we go there, it's only when the clients are coming into town and we have, a lot of buildings, or we have 3 buildings there, and it's not as much people as it used to be. So
Is it the one there in the Legends?
no, we don't have
That's
that.
not Cerner anymore.
No.
That's Farmers Bureau, I think.
Oh, okay. That used to be there though, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So then, where are your buildings? Are they
We're
the Missouri side?
at the old, what is it, Blue Ridge Mall? Or no.
Oh, yeah.
Is it-
Okay.
Was that the old Blue Ridge Mall, something like that? I think.
Bannister.
Bannister Mall. Bannister, not Blue
Damn,
Ridge.
that's another mall that I forgot about. Bannister Mall.
Yep. So
Okay.
that's where
It's like a big
we go.
campus, no?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Big
So,
campus.
can I ask, what do you do?
So I do project management.
Okay.
So our projects are doing assessments and doing implementations of electronic health records. So it's basically, you go to the doctor's office and they're still on paper. Mm-hmm. We implement technology, right? So our software, that's what we do.
Okay. So you traveling around the world
I have, yeah.
is because you're
Because we're-
selling this product.
Not selling. We have projects that that are in different parts of the world.
So you go to follow up on projects that have been started elsewhere,
or not. We do the implementation of it. Then there's somebody else that comes in and does the follow ups and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's taken me some nice places.
Yeah, like where? I mean, I know you said South Korea,
and then Japan.
Well, South Korea was just a layover because I didn't
that's
do
right. You did
South
say that.
Korea,
Yeah.
but I mean, I've done Italy, I've done Japan.
Wow.
Let's see, what else did I do over there? I think those are the big ones over there, and then all the 50 states.
Okay.
So with the exceptions of Puerto Rico, Hawaii. God, love Hawaii. Hawaii's beautiful.
Yeah. So how many times you been there?
Oh man, in one
More than a handful.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah. So our projects are usually maybe 12 months. And so you're going out there for different tasks, different milestones. And so we would go out there and be out there maybe, if we're doing something like Hawaii, it would be maybe like 7 days out there at a time, sometimes 2 weeks. If we went overseas, then it was 3 weeks.
Any time for pleasure?
Well, sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I was going to say, hopefully you're taking a call on your working vacation, right?
Yeah, she does. She gets to now, she's not going to go to the small areas because she just doesn't want to, but she's gotten to see the places that I've the nice places.
That's cool.
Yeah, so she's gotten to see that, but I mean, it's like I said, it's just project management for electronic health records.
Okay.
People think I'm in IT, and it's not IT.
Not IT.
It's yeah. So it's pretty cool. It's like I said, when I saw that, I heard about that company, man. It just blew my mind, and I set a goal for myself, and I got on there, and luckily, I got a job that wasn't, because we do have IT. Luckily, I got a job doing what I'm doing now, and I never looked back.
And you've been there how many years?
This is my 15th year.
Okay.
So March 28th is my 15th year anniversary.
Okay.
Cool. That's coming
nice.
up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
And you've always been in that project management
from day
arena, I
one.
guess.
No. So when I started there, I tell you, I was an intern.
Oh.
For the first 10 months of my career there. And I won't drop her name, but she was my first manager, man. Awesome person, man. And she was from Strawberry Hill.
Nice.
And so we had that in common. And she was very, she was really the person who really made my, my career start really she saw something in me that maybe, I was a 40-year-old guy, right? Going into work at Cerner where, usually it's people coming right in and out of college. And, she saw something that, she told me it was, the internship was only going to be 10 months. And she gave me an opportunity to move to another area, and they hired me full time because of her. And so not because of her, but because of her recommendation, I guess. Right. So, it's not like she made them, but she
was a big help.
Big time, man. Big time. It was, and so, I was very grateful for that because, and I had always told her, if you just give me the opportunity, and really with my background, I was working corrugated boxes for years.
Oh, okay.
Right. And that was my job, and I always been in management no matter where I was at. So I was either lead man or shipping manager. I always had the manager skills in history, right? So she saw that, and that's kind of why she put me in this lane. And I just decided, at that time, a few years down the road, that I needed to go back to school and get that degree to match that lane, right?
Yeah.
To go with it. So yeah.
Did you ever have your hands in heating and cooling?
I did, man.
How long did you do that for?
I'm one of them what do they call them, Mario? Milusos, because I'm a man of many trades, right? So
Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades. Man. So I did that for a company. I did that for a year and a half, maybe. I worked for Top Notch.
Oh.
Heating and cooling, yeah. And then it just wasn't for me. I remember going and being the big guy that I am. I was going underneath, houses because they didn't have the basements, right? So you had to go underneath the house and do this and that. One time I went up into an attic, and this is where my career ended. I went through the ceiling. I said, "Yeah, this is not for me."
You fell through?
Yeah. I said, "Yeah, it's not for me." So I left there, and I think I went back to the box company, and I just getting close to about 40, man. That's just when because I was even a mailman for 2 years.
Oh,
Yeah, were you really?
Okay.
I was a mailman at Shawnee Mission, and then they shipped me out to Olathe.
Wow.
So that's why I'm saying jack of all trades, right?
Yeah.
So I've done a lot, and that's when I started getting closer to 40, and I saw that company. I mean, our founders that started it, man, they did something that no other people were, at that time. I mean, in Kansas City,
Right.
and that company became one of the biggest things here, if not the biggest, and I just decided, no, it's time. I got to do something different, man.
So when I talked to Maria, and she said, yeah, he used to work for Top Notch, and I thought, wow, I didn't realize he was a dog groomer. and she's like, no, he didn't. Okay, because we used to take our dog to Top Notch.
Really?
Yeah, it was a grooming. I was like, damn. Okay.
No, I've never done no dog grooming.
Yeah.
I
Yes, you're a dog
find
groomer now.
your comment interesting that you said that the lady, your supervisor at the time, was from Strawberry Hill. I feel like anytime I run into somebody from the dot, there's always an instant connection.
There is. Big time.
Yeah.
Big time. It connected us, and we first started with the Wyandotte County, right? With the dot conversation. And I think her husband was, I know he wasn't Wyandotte County, but we were talking about sports. And anyway, so we mentioned Wyandotte County. Okay, boom. And then she said, where at in Wyandotte County did you live? And I told her, I said, I grew up in an area, it's called Strawberry Hill. She was like, get the, she goes, are
She
you
said,
kidding
look
me?
at his tattoo.
Yeah, she was, straight up, I think she might have lived on Sandusky.
Okay.
Over on the 5th Street or 6th Street.
Like she grew up in Strawberry Hill.
Yeah.
That's pretty long.
So
Yeah.
funny
So,
how things happen.
I feel like anytime, it's just always a connection and just something unique about Wyandotte County and saying, you're a dot. You'll always be a dot.
Yeah.
You grew up there.
The dot.
But it's always interesting, yeah.
It is. I think so too.
I mean, you can't say that in Johnson County. Oh, I grew up in Johnson County and have a
What
connection.
part of Johnson County?
Yeah, that might be different. But yes.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's not ever the dot.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
always
yeah.
the dot. It's not, I grew up in Argentina. I mean,
No,
sure,
yeah.
we do say that, but it's always the dot.
Yeah.
Right?
It's pretty wild, though. And I told this story a while back, but I have a friend. They're older than me. A friend, him and his brother lived in Johnson County, born and raised in Johnson County, but would come down to KCK off of State Avenue to party, and
Yeah.
So it was either or,
We just didn't go into Johnson County when we were growing up. So
Right.
Not really.
The only time I would come to Johnson County is to pay a bill at State Farm, right here off of Neiman and
really?
Johnson Drive. And I thought, wow, man, where am I at?
Well, I did for
I was afraid to drive.
Quick Trip, right? I mean, Quick Trip to me, it was always on my way to work.
Oh,
So that's why it was on Row.
Oh,
Remember
yeah,
back
that
in the
one,
day,
that one, yeah.
it was not where it's at. It's down a little bit lower, I think, where that street ended. I forget the name of it. But anyway, I always went through, that's only part of Johnson County I really knew, right?
Yeah.
And funny, that I didn't know that growing up. Hey, there's a line right here. And that line on this side of the tracks is different than this line
Right.
on this side, or this city on this part of the tracks. And I see that whenever I travel, people say, hey, don't go into that area.
Oh,
Because that area, you know what? That's probably the best area to eat. And that's where I go.
Yeah.
When they tell me don't go in that area, that's the area I go.
yeah.
So, yeah.
You're like, I'm not afraid.
That's right. Well, what's your take on AI?
So I won't talk about it too much because we're in that, right?
Oh, okay, sorry.
But no, you're good. I think it's I think it could be useful, but I think it can also be something that somebody can use for maybe to hurt people along the way, right? And so I guess you can use it to your advantage, or you can use it as a disadvantage to some people. And we have to remember that some of us are lucky enough that we do have internet, we do have smartphones. There's people in this area in areas that we're around that don't have that luxury, so they're missing out on AI, right? AI does a lot. I mean, you can. I mean, if you're writing a paper now, right? God, I wish it would have came out when I was doing it in school, right?
I know, right?
But if you're writing a paper, I've seen people, or I've seen stories, I guess, that people can actually just tell it what to write, and boom, it writes it for you.
I know, right?
So is that scary? You're in education, right? So how scary is that? I mean, you're elementary school?
Yeah, I'm
okay,
elementary.
so maybe it's different, right? But AI can be a good thing, but it can also, when you start seeing these, you remember the movies Terminator. You remember what Terminator was a robot, a walking robot, right? It was really, that's what it was.
Yeah.
You understand that this is something that can really, really happen. There's stuff out there right now. I mean,
it is scary.
We're talking about, the guy who makes that car, and I'm not going to drop his name because I don't give him any props. He is building those.
Yeah.
For production lines, he says.
Yeah.
Right? And it's all part of AI too, what he's doing, right? So again, can it be something that helps people? Sure it can, but like with anything, it's just not something that somebody puts in their mind, man. I think it could definitely hurt us big time. It really can.
Yeah.
I know. I feel like technology is good, but it's also scary at the same time.
Yeah.
And we're old school, so it's taken me a while to get used to technology.
Well, because I'm in it, and I've been in it. I'm a little biased to it, and I know people in my family are like against AI. Some of them are against AI, but like I tell them, it can be something that really is really helpful for everybody.
Yeah. So I did hear like somebody lost their home to a natural disaster. And the insurance company was only going to give them this much. And this guy like put in AI, all this information, and like it shot back that no, you should be getting back this much money. And like it totally helped.
And gave it the structure of what needs to happen and what you need to do. Because a lot of times, so again, it can do something good.
Exactly, yeah.
But man, I think it's going to do a lot worse, a lot more bad things. I mean, just look it up. You can look up that story right now. He is building bots. He is literally building these so that they can build the new taxi that he's got.
Oh, okay.
So again, now it's pushing people out of work.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And that's a trickle-down effect, right?
Yeah.
So,
What do you think about those Waymos? Have you?
I haven't rode one, but I've been in the.
So you would attempt to try one?
I think it's too early. I think it's like anything. So like, I'm the guy that waits for the iPhone 2nd edition to come out before the first one, right? Because that first one's always going to have issues. Yeah. Microsoft, comes out with something. Wait for the second one. Don't get the beta one. Because trust me when I'm telling you, then you're stuck with that iPhone 18 or whatever, the new one that's coming out, right?
Yeah.
It's going to come out this year. That phone, depending on what it is, if it's a new flip phone they're talking about, if it's the bigger version, et cetera, you may want to wait a little bit, and they tell you the same thing so that car, I've seen it in action. Okay. In Cali, and I think for me, it's too early for me to ride in there. I mean, you guys seen the stories.
Yeah.
Too. So
they
I mean, we were just in Cali in October, and I seen a couple of them come pretty close to hitting another car. So again, it's just, to me, it's too early to ride in. It's just like with that other car that's supposed to be on autopilot. I wouldn't buy one and put myself in that danger. Not yet. Yeah. I want to see, I mean, heck, next thing you know, we're going to be like the Jetsons, and because that's coming.
Yes.
Because according to Uber, I just said that too. I hate dropping names. Uber is going to do the taxi planes, right? So they're going to be the more personal ones, and I don't know how the heck that's going to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, right now they got the drones dropping off. Amazon has
I've
drones.
already had it drop off at my house, so yes, you're right. You're
Really?
right. Yeah,
You've already had it?
Yeah, they do. I mean, have you not seen them?
Yeah, I've seen
They're
them.
humongous.
Like on TV, but no, I have not seen
Oh
They're
them.
no,
not in person.
you can hear them.
Aren't they
Really?
loud?
They are super loud. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Yellow and blue, or yellow.
I don't know. Yeah,
something
I
like
just
that.
saw it on.
Walmart has it as well. So yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, it's.
So you had one come to your house and drop
I
something
had
off.
one drop something off already. Yes,
Really?
and it's got to be certain size.
Uh-huh.
You know, I forget the measurements.
But they like notify you, oh, you're
No,
getting
they
a
don't tell
drone
you-
drop off?
No, I don't think they did. It was just
You just like
yeah, because my office is downstairs and I can go outside, let the dog out, and when I seen it drop off something at somebody else's house.
Oh.
I was like, that's already in effect here, you know, and then and I do recall seeing something about it in the news.
Yeah.
And then about 2 days later, it was right over my house, and boom, dropped it, and yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I didn't see it actually drop it. I seen it drop it at somebody else's house.
Okay.
But you can hear it, like you said, it's
Yeah.
loud.
Yeah, I heard they're
Okay.
really
loud.
loud.
And so we're in that area
Yeah,
with
with Amazon being right there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Interesting.
All right. But before you head out, you know, before we dismiss you, I have two questions for you.
Sure.
Just silly questions. All right. Negro, where'd the name come?
Nickname. My dad and my mom.
Okay.
So, and now it's a legal name. Now it's a legal name. So when I became citizen, Teddy dared me and I did it.
No
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Really?
And you know who was the
Witness?
judge?
Amorguia.
Mr. Gaitan. I think that's Miss Gaitan's
Oh,
husband,
really?
right? Wasn't he a judge?
I don't know.
I want to say Teddy told me that, but I could be wrong. But anyway, yeah. So when they called my name, they have to call it out. And I'm on Negro Garcia, and I was like, oh, man. I didn't know they were going to do that. I was just thinking, you know, he didn't tell me that piece, but then, yeah. So they have to call it all out.
So it's on your ID.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It's on my passport, on all my government IDs, yeah. Except for my license. I don't think it's on my license, but on my government.
Really?
Yeah, all my travel stuff for pre-TSA, for the global, everything.
So then what do you refer to at work? Ramon?
Uh-huh.
Or Negro?
Yeah, no, Ramon. But they all know. They all know that my name.
okay.
Yeah, because if it's anything having to do with travel, especially overseas, yeah, it puts your whole name out. So yeah,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that was on a dare? Is that what you said?
maybe not. He's like, yeah, I bet you won't. I said, I bet you I will. And he's like, you know, so that was kind of,
Yeah.
you know, that's the relationship.
You were going to prove him wrong.
Me and my brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And speaking of your brothers, there's a Güero.
Yes. So
Does he go by Güero?
Yes. Güero is
And his-
my brother Juan. He's the oldest. He's Güero. Teddy is Pelon. I don't care if anybody knows that, but yeah.
Right.
Pelon. Memo's just Memo, and Jaime is just Jaime.
Okay.
So it was just,
Memo Jaime.
yeah, Güero, Jaime, Negro, Pelon. And
How do you get pelon?
I guess he was
He's probably
bald when he was so
little,
little, or maybe too bald. But then when I look back at our little pictures, or baby pictures, I think I was too. So I don't know what I mean.
So-
I was just always dark.
Because
Yeah.
we have a pelon in our family too.
Okay.
Yeah, Jose Paez.
But why was he named Ramon?
Because he had blonde hair, and he just looked pelon. He just light hair.
Oh, that's right. He is Pelon, isn't he? That's what he goes by, right?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what we call him.
yeah.
His name's Jose.
Okay, yeah. That's right. Yeah. I was like, Jose Paez. That's
Yeah,
Pelon.
that's it, Pelon
Yeah,
Paez.
Pelon. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like my cousin.
And what'd you say Teddy's was?
Pelon.
Pelon.
Oh, he is Pelon.
Teddy's Pelon.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
I do remember that then. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
So, and then the other one was: has anybody ever told you you look like one of your other cousins or nephews?
Oh, yeah.
or-
All the time.
Andrew. Do people get you and Andrew mixed up?
Who's Andrew?
Andrew.
Shelly's son.
No.
No,
It's
because
usually-
he's got the beard just like you, and I think
No,
you guys
it's usually
resemble-
Esteban.
Oh,
My
okay.
cousin Esteban, or, you know, without the beard, and maybe when I had just the goatee, I was always, most of them thought more the Moreno side.
Yeah.
I think of it as the Perez side. But, you know, yeah. And I only say Esteban, and if Leo listens to it, he'll crack up. But it's just because his son, Stefan's son's always like, man, you look just like my dad, man. No hair and then the big beard. And I'm like,
It's all right. Leo has to hear that him and Ruben look alike.
Well, yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I think it's more, again, like if I cut it all off and it's not the white beard, and then if back in the day, it was more, it was more like they always referred to me more than on the Moreno side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Bettis.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. All right, let's get through these. Negro's favorites. Who is your favorite old school jam?
Oh, well,
You got
your show. Yeah.
I'd play it right now if I could go back. Favorite restaurant?
Depends. So
Any.
So I'm more into Mexican food.
Okay.
So Arenosas, if I need menudo.
Menudo.
doesn't make it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
What's it? Camino Real for the tacos. I wish their sauce was different, but they hand make the tortillas, so that's pretty cool. Well, I say hand make it; it's a machine, but still,
But it's still
yeah.
the mano.
Fresh, the fresh.
yeah, that, and and if it's gonna be, if it's what do you call it, a steak, and then it's the Chop House. Chop House is always the best one.
Okay.
Where's that at?
There's one in Power and Light and one out south.
Okay.
It's 801, yeah.
Okay.
Chop House. And I haven't tried 1587, which I'm not.
Oh.
I'm not really looking for. I don't like paying money just because it's.
Yeah.
Just because whose
It is. It's got to be good, and I haven't heard really good things about it.
Oh, okay.
So.
We don't know anybody that's gone there, so.
Well, yeah. I figured you wouldn't. Because you're a Dallas fan and it's a Kansas City Chiefs steakhouse. How are you going to show up there?
Speaking of
a
how you
Chiefs fan.
Are you really?
Yes, I am a Chiefs fan.
Oh.
Speaking of, how was your Thanksgiving? All right, we will go there.
No, that's fine. I mean, it wasn't our year, but
Right.
we're
gonna rebuild.
Oh, we're gonna come back strong.
Híjole, you know how
We're
long?
gonna come back
Negro, you know how
strong.
long I've been saying that about my
I
team?
know.
Every year he says
I know that. I know
And it
that.
never
That's
comes.
gonna be the difference. Is you're gonna see that we're gonna come back strong. That big trade we just did. Come on. Did you see what we got?
For
Trent
First-
McDuffie, we got a number 1,
Yeah,
a number 5, a number 6 this year. Then we got a number 3 next year.
Oh, okay.
That's 4 freaking picks.
I can't, but
We never pay a cornerback. We never pay them the big money. We always trade them, and that's how we build.
Yeah.
Because we can get another corner, and get him.
But did you see what Patrick Mahomes said?
Oh damn!
What do you say?
Damn!
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Is it damn we got rid of him, or damn we just got these good numbers?
I think it's that
we
one.
got rid of him.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
I mean, I don't have the picture up. I do have a picture of McDuffie of our receiver jumping over
Oh
him.
my God! So that was my big thing. Was this year he's got to go, because not only that. I mean, there was a couple of other
Because he did get torched in that game, right?
He did, and that was the biggest thing to me. It's I don't want to pay him either.
Right.
I think we could build them and ship them off and then get those picks. Why not? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good luck to them. Hopefully they use them well. We'll say right. Home cooked meal.
Menudo pozole. I mean, it's Mexican.
Okay, but you said Nicole doesn't make.
No, I say if she doesn't make it.
If she doesn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because there's times
So
when
then she
we're just
does make
like, nobody else wants it, but I do. I'm going down. You seen me? I'm going down and getting me a bowl. To go.
That's what we do.
Yeah, because
my kids, except for Christian.
100%. Yeah. So like just this last weekend, Nicole made menudo, so I didn't go.
Okay.
And get it, and usually she'll put some in containers so that I can just boom.
Yeah.
Because usually that container that it comes in, well, if I'm not going to eat them right away, but usually that container is usually one bowl.
Yeah.
Right to the.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right. You have a favorite cereal?
I don't eat cereal.
Really?
I don't like milk.
Even growing up?
I hated it. So
Really?
I used to drink chocolate milk if I had to, but I didn't like cereal.
Wow. But you didn't eat the cereal.
I didn't like it. I was never a cereal guy. There's so many foods that I can tell you that I've never had a bagel. I don't eat muffins. I've never had a
So you're not a breakfast person.
I'm eggs, bacon, and sausage.
Oh, okay.
And a tortilla. Give me that. But I've
And
never
your
had.
beans, yeah.
I take that back. I might have had a bite of a biscuit, but I don't eat those.
Okay.
I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
Pancakes. If I eat my wife makes great pancakes, right?
Yeah.
I don't eat them. I will eat a pancake from McDonald's because I don't like that homemade.
Oh.
I don't know why. But yeah, I'm not big on stuff like that.
Okay.
Man. Did you have a favorite car? Is that the one with the home speakers?
Well, yes and no. No, my favorite car was a 76 Ford LTD Super Sport 2-door because I had that.
Yeah.
And that was my favorite car.
Okay. Did you have a brown car?
The brown car was, I want to say that was the Impala.
Okay. I don't know why, but that's just coming to my mind.
It was kind of yellowish brown, and then the Cadillac with the speakers. It was it was a hoopty, man. Primered. It was a 76 Coupe de Ville.
Oh, okay. Dang.
Yep.
Don't you wish you can have one of those cars back?
The 76 Ford LTD.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've looked
You ever
for
thought
it.
I was going to ask?
Oh, no, 100%. I've looked for it.
Yeah.
Just not. They never come in that model. And it was all leather. Had the moonroof because we didn't call it sunroof.
Yeah.
And that thing was the biggest one you can get at the time. It had 8-track. I had the 8-track with the cassette player.
Damn. Okay.
You had to have that cassette adapter, right? Because I only had.
I forgot about those, dude.
Oh, bro, yeah. But I mean, I did have 8-tracks too, but it was usually had by the adapter to put the tape in there because I didn't want to change anything on it. Right. Then my dad took it so my sister-in-law can have a car to ride because they just had the baby and then she wrecked it.
Oh man. Dang.
Story of my car.
Dang. All right. Before we end, I got I told you about this memory from a mug.
Sure.
Let's see if we can find something
that we haven't talked about yet.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's try to dig in deep. Let's see what we got. Any memories about any fire hydrants?
Oh yeah, definitely. So yeah, we used to turn them on right across the street from our house.
Okay.
And 60 days later, my dad and my mom get the bill, and we're jacked, right? So we had to move it on down the road, and then we moved it on down to Sandusky area, and then my cousins got the bill. So
no way.
Yes. Did you guys ever do that?
No. Yeah, we did.
No, we didn't.
On 15th Street, but the reason why we did it is because the people that lived in the corner house down at the bottom, the mom that lived there, her brother worked for BPU,
and he could do it.
And he would just come over and
that's the difference.
Yeah. He would open it for us, give us maybe a half hour.
Oh man!
All the kids would just come over for a half hour and just play in it until he's like, "All right, kids."
No, dude, we were leaving that thing on. I mean, we were hours into that.
Really?
Until there was no more water.
Everybody's in their homes like, "Why is our water pressure?"
And it
going?
was weird because we had the house next to us I think it was an apartment building on that street.
Yeah.
And it burned down to a crisp. Oh. And they did get some water, and it wasn't just happened because of that. Because I think it was a little bit colder then when that happened. But I remember them saying that they didn't even have to unscrew that. There was
because you guys didn't tighten it back up.
Yeah, we used to do it a lot, man. I mean,
oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Gosh, I never thought about who was going to get the bill.
Oh
afterwards.
yes, we got the bill. I think maybe a couple of people around that area gets it. Yeah.
And then you guys were in big trouble. Yeah. Mom and Dad like, don't you dare do that again.
Yeah, that was a good time.
But like you said, then you moved down the street.
We went down to Sandusky Park, but our family was there too, and they got. I think they got hit up with it. But
you guys couldn't go anywhere.
I don't know what it was. But you could tell the difference.
Yeah.
In that bill, but I mean, that was fun, right? I mean, you open up the fire hydrant, and you stand there. Somebody else stands there, and it was just like
someone would stand there and direct the way you want to shoot it.
Remember, like the Bronx, wasn't it Bronx where they showed that, or even on Spike Lee's one where it said, "No, go. We're not going to hit you with the water." We would just boom, hit him with the water. So yeah,
That's fun. Yeah, the Spike Lee.
Yeah, Spike Lee's. Yeah,
Dang.
that's crazy.
Well, Negro, we appreciate you coming in, man.
Yeah.
Was that the interview? Nice.
Yep. It's only
That was not. I mean, yeah, it literally went quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a chance to sit and chat and
Yeah.
your memories spark my memories
it
help to
did.
spark,
Yeah. So we're gonna set up a reunion.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna have to try to set it up sometime this summer. We'll
Okay.
get it going. I'll spread it out on the pod. And,
Okay.
No, you guys send out flyers.
Okay, then I'll draw the
So,
flyer.
but
out.
you do the flyer, and instead of sending it out, you send it out on Facebook or
Right,
Instagram
yeah.
because
Yeah,
that's the way
pretty
it's
much.
supposed to be done now.
Use a QR code.
I don't even get invitations anymore. They're like, "Well, we invited you on Facebook." I don't have Facebook.
Right.
I don't have Instagram. I don't have Snapchat. I don't do that. What?
Yeah.
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 So.
That is a challenge, yes, because not everybody's on it. But they assume that you are.
Yeah.
And you recognize any of these toys there on this table?
Yeah, the Rubik's Cube and the sketch. What was it?
Yeah, the Etch-a-Sketch.
Etch-a-Sketch,
I don't recall the
yes.
pyramid one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, those
I don't
came out
recall
a
that
little
one.
later.
Yeah. Rubik's Cube, obviously, they could never figure it out. But I love the other one.
Do you remember the toothpicks, the cinnamon
Oh, yeah.
toothpicks?
Dude, I used to
I
sell 'em.
got some right there.
I
That
used to sell them.
you were one of
I
those.
sold
too-
them at Central.
Yes.
I sold them at Central, man. How much you sell yours for?
I think like a dime.
Yeah, it was a dime.
Yeah.
That's right.
Make a
I
couple
remember.
bucks in the day, right?
Yeah,
More
man.
than
It
that.
was that was my thing. Was that stopping at was it Shop and Go?
Oh,
Right there
yeah.
on 10th Street.
Uh-huh.
Shop and Go and
Yep.
getting my stuff and yeah.
So maybe that was your first job. No,
Maybe that was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
I know.
Cinnamon toothpicks. Man.
Yeah. You know what? Before you leave, I'll let you. There's some right there. I made those in there.
You need that nostalgic just to
Jesus
chew on
Christ,
one
that
of
was
those.
back in the day, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now later.
That's what we do here,
Yes,
Ramon.
now later.
Taffy and the big league chew.
Well, that's what. Look, I have some candies right there. Remember the Chico stick?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I wasn't big on the Chico
was- yeah.
sticks either, but
And then show them the little baggie with the wax.
Oh.
oh, the wax candy.
Yeah, remember it was.
Oh man, yeah, there were the bottles you popped them and you. Just
Yeah,
sucked
that's
out
what
the
those
juice.
are.
Yeah.
It's a little bottle.
Yeah.
You drink it and then you chew on
And
the
then
wax.
You chew on the wax. Yeah,
Yeah.
because you thought, yeah, they're still gonna taste. Yeah, I remember those. I remember those.
Yeah.
And so somebody played some dirty jokes with those things. At I think it was at Central or maybe at Wyandotte. Because somebody did some. Remember when people were dropping acid?
Yeah.
Do you don't recall
I
that?
don't.
Yeah. People would sit in the room, in school, and they were the ones that spaced out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when I heard that, I was like, I ain't eating those or buying them from anybody
okay.
because
Gotcha,
people.
yeah.
Yeah, no, there was. Yeah, I remember those. So they were ridiculous.
Yeah. Good times, though.
Yeah. Good. Again, thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Appreciate you being here.
Yeah, I appreciate
And
the invite.
Hope it wasn't too
No,
bad for
it
you.
was different than I thought.
Good.
Yeah.
That's what everybody says.
Yeah.
That's what we like to do. Is we like to bring up the memories. Let's bring those back up. And if anybody, your family members, kids watch this and they be like, oh yeah, that's the.
You'll have to send me the link.
I will.
I'll show
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
what
definitely.
what
It'll be
we
out.
Did, but we'll see.
And
They'll probably tell me, don't do it again.
You'll watch it. You'll watch
You don't need to be on those things.
That's funny.
Right, because they think we're too old.
And
Exactly. That's exactly where I was going with it. Because they're like, what are you doing?
I know,
You know what I
right?
mean?
come on, if Travis and Jason Kelsey can do this, we can too,
Yeah.
man.
Well, they are younger than us, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, they are.
true that. But anyway,
I know.
All
all right.
right.
Thanks, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching the Big Modcast. Until episode number 184. Adios.
Peace.